And the German submarine captain saw his target's silhouette against the evening sky off the coast of southern England and gave the command to fire a single torpedo. It was the last anyone would see of the US Coast Guard cutter Tampa and its 131 crew members for more than 107 years. And Jabari Smith Jr. scored 22 points and Tari Eason added 18 as the Houston Rockets fought off elimination for a second consecutive game and crawled back into their first round and Western Conference playoff series with a 99-93 road victory over the Los Angeles Lakers in Game 5 on Wednesday. And Alperen Sengun scored 14 points with 9 rebounds and 8 assists, while Amen Thompson added 15 points for the Rockets, who now trail 3-2 in the best-of-7 series after falling into a 3-0 hole. And no NBA team has rallied back from a 3-0 deficit to win a playoff series.
Real Zaragoza goalkeeper Esteban Andrada has been banned for 13 matches by the Spanish Football Federation, RFEF, after he punched an opposition player following a sending off last week. Andrada was shown a yellow card during Zaragoza's 1-0 defeat to Huesca in the La Liga 2 derby match and received a second booking in the 99th minute. But instead of leaving the pitch, he ran to punch Huesca captain Jorge Pulido in the face, provoking a brawl.
And Myanmar President Min Aung Hlaing has cut all prisoners' sentences by 1/6, a blanket measure that grants deposed leader Aung San Suu Kyi's sentence a further reduction, according to a member of her legal team. Thursday's judgment comes to mark a public holiday, according to a statement published by the presidential office. Amnesties typically happen as Myanmar marks Independence Day in January and its New Year in April.
Islamabad, Pakistan. Pakistan has opened 6 overland transit routes for goods destined for Iran, formalising a road corridor through its territory as thousands of containers remain stranded at Karachi port because of the United States blockade of Iranian ports and ships trying to pass through the Strait of Hormuz. The Ministry of Commerce issued the transit of goods through territory of Pakistan Order 2026 on April 25, bringing it into immediate effect. The order allows goods originating from third countries to be transported through Pakistan and delivered to Iran by road. Nepal's national carrier came under heavy fire online after sharing a flight network map that appeared to show Kashmir as part of Pakistan. The map sparked outrage among Indians and forcing the airline to delete the post.
And the Pakistan Navy commissioned its first Hangar-class submarine, PNSM Hangar, during a ceremony held in Sanya, China. President Asif Ali Zardari attended the event as chief guest, and while Chief of the Naval Staff Admiral Naveed Ashraf was also present, President Zardari described the induction as a historic milestone in the Navy's modernization and reaffirmed Pakistan's resolve to maintain a robust, balanced, and credible defense posture. He said the country is fully capable of defending its sovereignty, protecting maritime interests, and ensuring the security of its economic lifelines. And the federal cabinet has approved Pakistan's first ever national vaccine policy, marking a major step toward local vaccine production and strengthening the country's healthcare system. The decision was taken during a cabinet meeting chaired by Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif in Islamabad.
Motorola has introduced the Moto G37 as the most affordable model in its latest Moto G lineup. The device launched alongside the Moto G80 phone and with a high refresh rate screen, a large battery, and added durability features. The Motorola Moto G37 features a 6.67-inch LCD with full HD plus resolution and a 120 Hz refresh rate. The screen is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 7.
The Punjab government has announced a public holiday on May 1 on the occasion of Labour Day, declaring a province-wide holiday through an official notification. According to the notification, the holiday will be observed across Punjab, including Lahore, on Friday, with government offices, private offices, and educational institutions remaining closed.
And Peshawar police arrested two armed suspects, one in an injured condition, after a patrolling party came under fire in the Tordand area of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa's Karak district. The district police officers, DPO Shaukotla, said that the attack took place within the limits of the city police station while the police party was on routine patrol duty. And actor Zara Noor Abbas believes getting out and doing something physically is one of the keys to better mental health. The star posted a video on Instagram from the gym on Wednesday with a caption asking viewers whether they would choose familiarity or evolution. And Islamabad. The Pakistan Medical and Dental Council, PMDC, announced on Thursday that admissions for the 2025-2026 academic session have been closed, and students admitted after April 15 will not be registered. A notification issued by the council said all recognised medical and dental colleges have been directed not to grant admissions after the closing date. And 2 months since the US and Israel launched a joint surprise attack on Iran, negotiations appear deadlocked as competing blockades of the Strait of Hormuz continue to disrupt global energy supplies, and the future of Iran's nuclear program remains unresolved. In a sign of the continuing standoff, and White House spokesperson Anna Kelly on Tuesday said the US was still engaging with Iran on negotiations, but would not be rushed into making a bad deal. And a day after US President Donald Trump and his top security advisors discussed a new Iranian proposal on resolving the war.
United States President Donald Trump says Washington's blockade of Iranian ports has been a success, urging Tehran to just give up as pressure mounts in a deepening standoff over the Strait of Hormuz. Iran has pushed back strongly, with Parliament Speaker Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf dismissing the US campaign as ineffective, while the military says its restraint so far has been intended to give diplomacy a chance.
And the Directorate of Passports and Immigration has completed a review of its passport processing system, covering all stages from application submission to issuance as part of efforts to modernise services. The review was conducted in consultation with IT experts and finalised ahead of planned upgrades to improve efficiency, transparency and service delivery.
A US government investigation into WhatsApp's privacy claims abruptly stopped when incriminating evidence against WhatsApp surfaced. The investigation began after a November 2024 whistleblower's complaint submitted to the Securities and Exchange Commission. The inquiry was carried out through 2025 by a special agent from the Bureau of Industry and Security, specifically within its Office of Export Enforcement.
The Pakistan Meteorological Department, PMD, has responded to viral reports claiming that a so-called heat burst could hit parts of Punjab and raise temperatures by as much as 20 degrees Celsius within minutes. In its clarification, the Met Office said no such advisory or warning has been issued by the department. It rejected the claims being circulated on social and electronic media, including reports suggesting that southern Punjab could witness a sudden spike in temperature within 5 to 10 minutes.
And Chairman of the National Accountability Bureau, Nazir Ahmed, on Wednesday announced that new real estate reforms will be introduced within 2 months to overhaul regulatory practices. Speaking during an informal media briefing, he said the proposed reforms would be presented before the federal cabinet for approval.
The Pakistan Medical and Dental Council, PMDC, has announced the closure of admissions for the academic session 2025-2026, effective April 15, 2026. In a notification, the council directed all recognized medical and dental colleges not to grant admissions after the deadline. The council said students admitted after April 15 will not be registered under any circumstances.
and oil prices soared more than 5% to a fresh 4-year high on Thursday, while stocks fell after Donald Trump warned the US blockade of Iranian ports could last months as peace talks remain stalled. While Tehran submitted a fresh proposal this week to reopen the crucial Strait of Hormuz, the US president reportedly did not believe it was negotiating in good faith. And Israel's foreign ministry said on Thursday that Israeli forces had arrested about 175 activists aboard 20 ships from an aid-laden flotilla bound for Gaza. Approximately 175 activists from more than 20 boats are now making their way peacefully to Israel, the ministry said in a statement, including a video of the activists aboard an Israeli Navy ship. And the commissioning ceremony of the first Hangul-class attack submarine, PNS Hangul, was held in China's Sanya City, with President Asif Ali Zardari and the naval chief attending the event. President Zardari, who is on a visit to China, participated as the chief guest, while Chief of the Naval Staff Admiral Naveed Ashraf was also present, according to a press release by the Pakistan Navy. And at the unveiling of a towering bronze sculpture of North Korean and Russian soldiers in combat, Kim Jong-un praised troops who chose death over capture while fighting in Ukraine. And it was a striking and unusually explicit acknowledgement of Pyongyang's long-suspected battlefield doctrine, according to a transcript published by North Korean state media KCNA, and Kim declared that those who unhesitatingly opted for self-blasting and suicide attacks had shown the highest form of loyalty, and a reference to soldiers throwing themselves on grenades or detonating explosives rather than risk being taken prisoner.
New Delhi, India. Indian officials have floated a controversial plan to introduce apex predators such as crocodiles and venomous snakes into riverine stretches along the Bangladesh border to act as natural deterrents against undocumented migration and smuggling in places where erecting fencing is difficult. India's 4,096-kilometre-long to 545-mile border with Bangladesh runs through some challenging terrain, and New Delhi has found some stretches impossible to fence.
An Iranian Football Federation delegation says it turned back at Toronto's main airport this week, citing their treatment by Canadian immigration, and is set to miss a pre-World Cup FIFA gathering in Vancouver. Iran's Tasnim news agency reported on Wednesday that the delegation members, including Federation President Mehdi Taj, Secretary General Hediat Mombeni and his deputy Hamed Momeni, turned back fet upon arrival at Toronto's Pearson Airport despite holding valid visas, citing what was described as the unacceptable behavior of immigration officials. The Pakistan Medical and Dental Council has directed all medical and dental institutions to implement structured mental health screening protocols in response to rising cases of suicide and psychological distress among students. In an official statement, the council stressed the urgent need to safeguard the mental well-being of both students and faculty, highlighting the intense academic pressure in medical and dental colleges. The Pakistan Airports Authority, PA, is accelerating work on multiple aviation projects aimed at modernizing infrastructure and improving connectivity across key regions. The authority has launched feasibility and master planning work for a new greenfield airport in Faisalabad, marking the start of collaboration with international consultancy firm Dar Al Handasa in joint venture with local partner OCL Agent.
The Balochistan government has launched a new Green Line bus service in Quetta on the directives of Chief Minister Mir Sarfraz Bugti, aiming to improve public transport and healthcare access. The service connects key areas of the city to the Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan Institute of Cardiology, providing safe, reliable and affordable travel for patients and their attendants.
And The government has revised passport delivery timelines, shortening the wait for applicants under the normal category and introducing a faster processing schedule across all major passport services. Under the updated application priority system for machine-readable passports, MRP, fast-track applications will now be delivered within 2 working days, while passports submitted under the urgent category will be issued within 5 working days.